Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm going to review our 2006 Corvette C6 Z06. And oh boy, this thing is not stock.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan and this is NG Supercars, our dealership. And I've been meaning to review this car for weeks. And every time I go to review it, something happens. It's been raining, it's been too cold, the car was dirty, whatever. Anyway, I finally just washed it and cleaned it up, and now we're finally gonna review it, and it's 75 degrees out, so it's a perfect day for this car. And let me tell you, I'm excited to drive this car because it's insane, absolutely ridiculous. It's got a lot of modifications to it that make this thing absolutely incredible. So let's walk around, show you everything good and bad about it, and then of course, take it out for a spin. But real quick, go to normalguyssupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services from us. Use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off almost everything we sell. And of course, ngsupercars.com, our dealership website. So here's a funny story. When we bought this car, it was a trade-in at another dealership that went to auction, and well, they were like, oh, it's stock except for an exhaust. No. I'm pretty sure it had aftermarket wheels on it because when we got it, they had the factory wheels on it, and I believe the original tires, they were from like 2005 or 6. So we put on brand new tires, so much better. It sticks to the ground a little bit better than before. Those old tires were absolutely awful. But it does have a front 3/4 or half PPF, so you can stop right there. You can kind of see the difference. If I were keeping this car for a while, I'd probably rip all that off and put a full front PPF. The good news is that means that basically the front clip has almost no scratches or dings or anything, no paint chips, nothing. There's a little mark right there in the PPF, but that would come out if you pulled it off. And of course, there's basically no chips or anything up here. The glass looks like it's in excellent shape. The wheels appear to be in pretty darn good shape, again, because I believe they weren't using the wheels. They didn't get curbed or anything, which is great. Hooray. Now, there are some marks on the PPF right here, and it's actually funny because both mirrors have marks on it. So I don't know if the owner had like a narrow garage or just sucked at parking or opening doors or whatever, but both the side view mirrors have little dings on them on the PPF. But again, you pull off the PPF and it should be good. Huge exhaust tips, MagnaFlow exhaust. It's got sport cats and long tube headers. So I'm assuming it's been tuned and everything because there's no check engine light. Look on the inside, it's got a super duper short throw shifter. It's ridiculously short throw. It was funny, when we bought it, it actually had seat covers over the seats. So the seats are basically perfect. Look at that. There's like no bolster wear whatsoever. I mean, this thing's in absolutely stunning condition. It's really, really nice. So let's pop the hood, and where are you? There you go. Oh yeah, the LS7. So you can see it's got a LSXR intake. It's got a Callaway intake box up there. You can see the long tube headers there. We don't know entirely what they did to it. All I know is it definitely has an aftermarket cam, so I'm assuming that they pulled the heads and took care of the valve issue on these LS7s from this generation. So everyone keeps asking, oh, has it been fixed? We don't have any solid proof of it, but I mean, you have to assume if you're going to be putting putting in a different cam, you're probably going to pull the heads and spend the effort to take care of that issue. I would assume it's probably okay, but I can't guarantee that because, again, we have no proof. So that's one of the downsides of buying a car like this that was a trade-in and whatever, is that, well, we don't have any documentation on it, which kind of sucks. But otherwise, the car is in phenomenal condition, and as you'll see in just a minute, it drives absolutely awesome. You're gonna like this. That's the lopiest cam ever. Alright, Josh is actually taking a ride with me.
I'll drive halfway back.
Yeah.
This car's pretty badass.
It's ridiculous. It does have a valve controller, by the way, so if you need to quiet it down a bit, you can. Because it is a very drony exhaust. I drove this car around a lot. I've put about, I don't know, 150, 200 miles on it or something. I took Meg to dinner in it.
Did you?
I took her to the Ferrari event.
Oh.
I showed
You
her.
didn't take your GT40?
No, she does not like the GT40. I was like, I'm not gonna torture you, Meg.
I'm surprised you didn't grab a car from the shop.
What are we gonna grab?
Oh, maybe the F8?
That would have been the only card. As you can see, super short throw shifter, big camshaft, exhaust. We don't know. Oh yeah, it's got aftermarket suspension and shocks.
It's got good quality coilovers. I forget
Yeah.
the brand, but I looked them up. They're pretty good.
Yep. So someone spent a lot of money on this car, and it was their baby, and then they sold it. Was it one or two owners? I can't remember.
It was 2.
I think it was 2 owners. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's actually got really low miles. 17,520 miles on it. One thing I noticed about these Corvettes is that the gearing is super tall. It's like second gear, you're going well past 60. It's cool, but it also kind of makes it kind of less fun because I want to shift more. It is nice having the 6-speed, so you know you got your cruising gear, and then you got your like it's it's like an idle almost. We're at 50 miles an hour and we're at what, 1200 RPMs. I don't know if it's just because of the aftermarket suspension or if it's Corvettes in general because they sit so low. It is a little bit bouncy. Like, it's pretty stiff. Braking on it is not very effective. It's like you downshift and it's barely decelerating. I don't know if
the gears are so tall.
Yeah, it must be that super tall gearing. Even though it's a little bit bouncy, it's still reasonably smooth and reasonably comfortable. Like, the seats are actually very comfortable, but I don't know, the bounciness I can see on a long drive, it might get to you. So the funny thing is about this car, I was taking Meg to that Ferrari event, and on the highway, I had 3 cars that wanted to drag race me. It's like, holy shit, all right. Turning. All right, here we go. Scoots pretty good.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Puts you back in your seat.
It does. There's so much torque, and the torque comes in super low in the RPMs. I like this car a lot. It's so fun, and it's such a good deal. The amount of car you get for the money is
a lot
insane. The super short throw shifter, you gotta be a little bit careful because it's so tight that you're barely moving it left and right to get it into like 3rd gear. So a couple times I was like, I'm not sure if I'm in 3rd gear or not. Kind of had to move it around, make sure I was, but otherwise, I mean, geez, you barely, look at this. I mean, it's like that far that you're moving. But it feels really good when it engages gear. It's like this nice clunk. It just falls into gear really nicely. Oh yeah, the handling's good. I mean, I would expect that out of a Corvette, especially one with aftermarket shocks. It's got such tall gears, I bet if you're tracking the car, you're pretty much just in 3rd the whole time. Yeah, I mean, look at that. We're only at like 3,000 RPMs. God, gearing is so tall. Oh, listen to that. That does not get old.
Oh, my head hits the ceiling.
Oh yeah. Tall people problems.
Yeah.
I am the perfect height for most sports cars. Oh, that was probably my mark.
waywardness about it.
Yeah, where it takes a moment to settle.
Yeah.
But it's pretty damn good handling. Oh, bouncy.
It is bouncy. I like that about it though.
You like the bouncy?
Yeah, you can feel the road better.
I guess. I don't know. It's got a lot of feedback. The steering wheel has a lot of feedback.
Takes some getting used to driving it.
Yeah.
After driving all the mid-engine cars because it handles so much differently.
True, yeah.
I feel like it probably has a little understeer. If you really took it to the limit.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I just went from
Yeah.
third to fourth. I meant to go to second.
Yeah,
It's so tight, the shifter.
yeah, I mean, you barely move the stick. America!
Just angry. Heel toe's perfect on it.
Yeah. Oh, we got
Need that
that
truck.
Here we go.
That doesn't start that bad.
No, that was awesome.
God, it's almost scary how angry it sounds.
Yeah. It makes it feel like it's going a little bit faster than it actually is.
The speedometer is very big. The needle goes up very fast.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're accelerating really quick because the needle goes up quick.
I feel like if they had just spent the tiniest bit more money on the interior, like a little bit better materials.
I mean, you could get these with a leather dash and carbon fiber trim, and you
Yeah.
could redo the headliner and Alcantara. You could make it nice.
I feel like if you did that, this would be really impressive.
That's what I would do if it was mine. I would redo this interior. I'd put different seats in it. These aren't bad, but I want some race seats.
Yeah, they don't really have a ton of lateral support.
No, they don't have the piece for the shoulder that grabs your shoulders.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
They're comfy though.
Yeah, it's a good all-around driver. Like, 'cause you can get angry with it and have fun with it, but just cruising around, it's totally fine for that too. I mean, for the money, what else would you buy for like this money that gets this kind of performance?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's this clean. I don't know what else you could get really.
Not a whole lot. Our first test of the cul-de-sac. Yep.
It's really slippery, the dirt. We got to come over here with a pressure washer and clean it.
Well, at least we finally tested it.
That wasn't a proper test. We'll do it. We'll do it again once that thing's clean.
Yeah, at least it spins around good.
I wonder if they're going to come and clean that. Probably
I don't
not.
know, probably not. Let me get out so I can get the blub blub blub.
Okay.
Good lord. America! Dude, that thing is just absolutely mean. Just it's angry. Angry is the best word for this car.
Highly recommended.
Yes. It's cheap as hell for how much car you get. It's absolutely awesome. Okay, so under $45,000. I don't know what else you could buy. That's this awesome. That's so much fun. America. So like you break something, you go to Napa or AutoZone or whatever and pick up a part for dirt cheap, and it's probably on the shelf. If you want to get this car, send us an email, sales@ngsupercars.com. It is for sale and it is absolutely awesome. We need more Corvettes. This thing's pretty fun. Check out NorvalGuysSupercar.com, and of course, like, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate you guys' support. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're gonna want to stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one. It's gonna be sweet.